Alabama gets set to take on Georgia, and look who's in the house to talk about it. And since he's here today and our new show on the next round hasn't started, let me show him what a good intro looks like. All right, there it is. Roll Tide, everybody. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate Show, the Bama Tailgate channel. If you're not a member yet, it's free. Free admission. Just like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you for being here. A lot of you have asked what happened to Elephant in the Room, and the answer to that is that our new show starts in October on the next round. But we'll be here too. And, of course, Fridays, we cover Alabama, and we'll be at the Floor Bama coming up this Friday. Show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort, including Golden Moon Casino and Hotel. Just there this week at the Timeout Sports Lounge. Vegas-style sportsbook. You don't have to go all the way to Vegas to get there. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. This guy right here is on their commercials. What's up?
Yeah, that commercial's starting to make the rounds. I'm starting to get a lot of texts.
Are you? You feeling good about it still, or do you wish you might have done something different now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I if I get one more text asking me whether I still call the plays or not.
I love it, man. I love it. Hopefully they're watching it on here because I play it every day. Well, we got a big game this week. Alabama at Georgia. It's a night game in Athens. They've won 33 straight games. At home, Bama's 9-1 against those guys. The last 10, they've beaten Kirby. They're the only program that's beaten Kirby. I think like 6-1 maybe against Kirby or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's really good. Bama stumbled against Florida State. We were down there for it. The game that we've nicknamed the Coker Bowl. Since then, Bama's come back and they've played really, really good. I think, including about a perfect game against ULM, and then they could have destroyed Wisconsin, and they did, but I mean, it could have even been worse. But now they go to Athens. So your thoughts, kind of your initial thoughts on this matchup?
I think Georgia obviously is going to be the best team. Well, I think probably the best team we played. I mean, Florida State to me, they've looked good this year. I still can't get over thinking that was somewhat of an anomaly for us. You know, the lack of effort, the lack of physicality. You know, it kind of took us back to last year where you didn't know which team was showing up each week. And I think that's what scared everybody, including myself, is, you know, week one, we ought to be playing with our hair on fire and getting after it. I think if we play our best, Florida State plays their best, I think, you know, we probably, I would think, edge them out. But not having Jam Miller, not having Tim Keenan, you know, I think that was a huge blow, especially from a leadership standpoint as well. But Georgia, to me, probably the most, you know, the most disciplined team we're going to play all year. The team that has the confidence to come in and win big games. They've been there. They've done that. You know, having Kirby, who's been there, obviously they're the head coach that's really brought them back. They're going to be ready to play, and the only way we win is if we play our best. I do think, you know, there's a way to beat them, and I think defensively, you know, they want to run the football. That's what they want to do. In terms of quarterback play, I think, you know, we can get them in trouble similarly to how we got them in trouble, you know, when Stetson Bennett. I think we get them in trouble kind of the same way we did when Stetson Bennett was there. I thought Stetson Bennett was a great quarterback. I think this guy they got is he's pretty good. I think he needs to develop a little bit more. But you know, when you watch them against Tennessee and he's got to get a little mobile and throw on the run, and has a little pressure. He sometimes gets a little inaccurate. I think pressure on him is key, and you got to force them into those passing downs. Georgia, they love running the ball early, getting ahead of the sticks and keeping the pressure off their quarterback. And again, when you watch him under duress and under pressure, he gets a little inaccurate and plays a little erratically. So, I think he's a pretty good athlete. He's tough. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's there yet. And, getting pressure on him is going to be the key. Stopping the run is the first key. But when we force them into those passing downs, you got to get pressure on him. And offensively, as good as Ty's looked over the last couple of weeks, this is going to be the game where I don't think he's going to be able to look as good unless we establish the run. And Jam Miller, I'm pretty sure, is coming back. I think we got to have him. We have to be able to get into those 2nd and 6 type situations, not be 2nd and 12. Can't kill ourselves with penalties. Mm-hmm. As much as Ty, I think, has developed in the last 2 or 3 weeks, play action has to mean something. You got to get those safeties down and create more space on the back end to make these plays. Georgia's a little susceptible to those big plays, explosive plays, and you have to force their hand into stopping the run in order to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, they should have Tim Keenan back. They're not going to have Jeremiah Beeman, obviously, out for the year. And then Jamarian Latham out. Another injury during practice. They keep getting injured in practice. I mean, it's weird to me, why?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember a whole lot of guys getting hurt when I was playing, and we practiced really hard. And maybe this is just one of those snake bit years, but it does seem like every other week there's an injury in practice. And at some point it gets kind of debilitating. And when you lose Tim Keenan and Jam Miller, prior to the season even starting, I mean, that's like getting behind the sticks on 2nd down, man. You just can't seem to get right.
Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of one of the tough things that you deal with when you're trying to win football games and you don't have a lot of depth anymore is navigating injuries, right? Jam's going to be back. I'm guessing Tim Keenan's going to be back, but then you lose Latham. That's a big loss. Beeman's out for the year. These guys keep getting injured in practice. I know they're trying to ramp up. This is what I think. They're trying to ramp up physicality in practice, but man, you got to have somebody to play the games too.
Yeah, well, look, when I was in Alabama, I say I'm in a black jersey the whole time, but
they. You guys really got after it.
They were beating the hell out of each other. Now, I mean, look, Coach Saban would get pissed off when guys were hitting the ground. But as far as being in the trenches, I mean, those guys they were really getting after it, and it was very game-like. Mm-hmm. I think you tried to dominate the guy across from you in practice, but don't get carried away and force him on the ground and everybody's falling all over each other. That's a problem. And like I said, Coach Saban, if somebody hit the ground, I mean, he was cussing you out. So he was he didn't like a lot of traffic, a lot of speed bumps, as I call them, all over the ground. When guys are in traffic and when you're 300 pounds and you fall in awkward spots. That's you just kind of begging for an injury at that point. So, but we were physical, had long practices, but I don't know. I don't know how these guys are getting hurt. But look, Coach Saban has been around for 40 years at that point. He had it down to a science.
Guys, we're going to be at the Floor Bama Friday, and we want you to come by when we do the tailgate show. Look at that. We're going to be there actually 3 different times. Well, Floor Bama, the Old River Grill this time, Coastal when we play South Carolina that Friday, and then for the Iron Bowl, we'll be on in the big tent on that Friday. Should be awesome. We got to get you guys to come out though. We record the radio which plays across the state of Alabama every Friday, 1 to 3. So we want you guys to come and hang with us and be part of that. And then something else that I want to get into before we swing back into some football talk is Kalshi. And Jake's like, what's Kalshi? Well, Kalshi, Jake, is basically a way for you, which you love to talk different things, is to bet on anything, not just sports. It's legal in all 50 states. You get great odds, no limits, live trading, flexibility, transparent pricing, and then it's not just sports betting, but this isn't traditional betting. I mean, this is actually like an odds market. It's going in an exchange against other people. And what I love about it is we get to talk about things other than sports, which you and I are going to do on our show when it starts on the next round. So let me give you a couple, see just kind of how you like the taste of this. Gas prices in the U.S. this month. I asked Shank this question. I'm going to ask you the same one. $15,000 has been wagered on this. Above 315, above 320. Gas prices in the U.S. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. I was in Mississippi this week, and I paid $2.39 for a gallon of gas.
So you're betting on what? The average price in October?
Gas for the month, yeah. You think it's going to be above 315 or above 320? So they feel like it's going to be in that 315 to 320 window.
Is that across the entire United States?
U.S. So you got to factor in California, where it's like $8 a gallon. And
yeah. Well, I'd probably take the over on that.
Okay, so it's above.
But I got it for $2.70 yesterday. So I mean,
going against what you see here locally, but you just know. All right, GDP growth in 2025. So that's obviously the entire nation. 1.6 to 2.0 or 2.1 to 2.5. Gross national product.
2.1 to 2.5. Future looks bright, buddy.
Okay, that's 17% of the money's gone that direction. So you'll but I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that when you look at things, that makes a lot of sense. Now, here's one. 20,000 people have actually wagered on this. Will egg prices go up this month? Yes or no? You notice that like eggs, you go grocery shopping 1 month, they're like $2.30 for 12, and then the next month they're like $8. What you got?
It's been a lot for a long time. I feel like it can go nowhere but down. So I'll take the under.
Okay. Well, they also have sports on here as well, NFL and college. And most of the money for the college game between Alabama and Georgia has gone to the Georgia side. What do you got on this one?
Man, I loved the line when it came out. Bama +3. I see it's dropped to 2.5. I think the public is on Alabama now, which I hate to hear. But when that line comes out, it looks a little. I would have expected Georgia to be around 5.5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
So me, my rule. I mean, I gotta like Bama.
Okay. Well,
good. And for those reasons, look, Coach Kane Womack, I feel like this is a statement game for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, we've looked good in the last 2 games, 3 games, or 2 games. I think that he's kind of coaching. This is a statement game for him. He has got to show that we can be physical with Georgia and stop the run and get pressure on the quarterback. I think he has been. I think he kind of. I'm sure all these coaches kind of have a good idea of how we're going to fare against our opponents. I think he felt really good about Wisconsin. Obviously felt good about ULM, but this game, I guarantee you, has been circled for him, and he's been watching a lot of Georgia for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
the players shouldn't need any motivation going into Athens. But I'm willing to guarantee you that he has been focused on this game, and he is fired up all week about making sure that everybody's on the same page.
Kalshi, the Kalshi promo code, $10 free when you sign up using our code, and that is Bama Tailgate. Use Bama Tailgate at Kalshi. No, I'm with you. Now, I wanted to throw this up here. Blackout in Athens. I guess if I was doing Kalshi, is it blackout like Georgia wears black or Kalen DeBoer wears black? Because if you notice, when Kalen DeBoer wears black, Bama wins. When Georgia wears black in a game against Alabama, Bama wins.
Well, I think the last time they blacked out against us was 2008, and they got their ass beat, and then they didn't black out. Yeah, yeah. And then they didn't black out against us in 2015, and they still got their ass beat. So, I think well, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. It just, let's just try to have fun again, and maybe they'll be okay. But we've had their number in Athens. The last 2 times we played them there. To me, this kind of lines up perfect for us. We've had a horrible outing against Florida State. Have looked really crisp in the last 2 games we played. I think our confidence is back, and I think we understand the consequences of not showing up, not being there physically and mentally. And I don't think that's going to be an issue we have again. At least I hope not. If we go in and beat Georgia, I'm really nervous about it happening against Vandy, but we'll see.
Right. Let's take it one at a time.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't even want to go down that road right now. But, again, I think we've learned our lesson, kind of like the lessons that were learned early in the season under Coach Saban. After a one-loss Bama team was the most dangerous team in the country. And I think we are probably getting there. And look, I think those guys being out, Ty having some really good performances. I think he has grown into that leadership role. I think he was named a captain at the beginning of the season, but to me that's you're labeled a captain, but until everybody really feels that confidence and feels that you can fill that position, you're not really the leader. I think everybody feels that way about Ty now, which we've been talking about Ty all year long. Or all season. We were really confident in the fact that Ty would play really well. The stats he's had in the last 2 games or since Florida State, have been off the charts, and that's great. But again, I think we got to have that run game this week, and I think Jam Miller brings that to the table. I think our offensive line can really play well against Georgia. It's going to be it's going to be just as physical, if not more physical, in the Florida State game. But I think having a back in Jam Miller who really understands how to attack defenses once he's got the ball in his hands is really going to change. And he brings a different physicality and a different sense of explosion, in the run game. I think he hits those holes with a different demeanor, and he's just got a different kind of speed and explosiveness about him than those other backs right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's one of the keys to this game, right? But they've got to give him time. And the other thing to me that I worry about with this team is establishing the run. Like, they just haven't been able to establish the run. The run yards haven't been there. It's not like when you had Jalen Milroe, who is able to create runs on his own, and he did that against Georgia. Ty Simpson's not that type of quarterback. He's going to have time in the pocket. Now, he's not, he's like you. He's athletic. He's able to move around and can run some, but he's not a running quarterback. So I really feel like Alabama has to have a run game here, right? And if that's Jam Miller and he's back, then that's great. But somebody's got to run the ball. And I think a lot of that, and even having Shank on the channel, and he always puts it on the offensive line. The line's got to make, holes for these guys to run through. Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't want to be in a position where, we're completely one-dimensional. And if I go back to the national championship against Georgia when we lost because, John Mechie was out and Jamison Williams were out, I felt like, if I remember correctly, I felt like they just got into, a man free and just dared us to. They just matched up with every receiver we had and made us throw the ball. And they kind of, if we completed the ball, great, but they just counted on our receivers to not be able to get it done, and not trying to throw any shade at those receivers, but they were young, inexperienced. We didn't have a guy after those two went down that could really carry the passing game. And a one-dimensional team when you're playing Georgia is a team that's easy to beat for them. So again, when play action means nothing to them and they can focus on one aspect of the game, you're playing right into their hands, and it could be ugly. But again, it goes the same for Georgia. I don't see them being able to throw the ball and beat us. Now look, Georgia's known for grinding out runs, and you watched in Tennessee, man. They were able to grind Tennessee, for a lot of that second half. Now, they made some big throws and really won the game on the last few plays in the air. But a lot of what they did to really inflict a lot of damage on Tennessee was running the hell out of the ball and being physical up front. Again, we can't allow them to hold the ball and just dominate time of possession.
Right.
That just cannot happen.
Yep. That certainly can. And I'm wondering if Alabama's defense can hold them back, because you're right. They're going to try to run the ball. You don't have Latham. You don't have Beeman. You hope you have Keenan, and you hope that some of these other guys are able to step up and contribute. But can we stop their run?
No, that's the biggest. To me, that's the biggest question on this team. Are we physical enough up front to be able to stop Georgia and stop their running game? Obviously, they're going to make some plays, but consistently shutting them down is that. Can we go back to those old Alabama days when, if a team lined up and tried to run it down your throat, they had no chance.
Yeah, that's it.
Because again, this isn't Gunnar Stockton. I think he is a good quarterback, but I don't see him being a game breaker. That carries his team with his legs and his arm. I don't think you fear him, like you would, fear a multi-dimensional quarterback.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All right, let me tell you guys this. We've got these hats. We got them to give away. And the way that you get one, look at, he's got his, I got mine. We got different ones. Right there, that QR code, Mick Nation. Coker's a part of Mick Nation.
Mick Nation.
AveD. You just go on there and play. Everything's free. We pick a winner each week. We gave away tickets to Wisconsin, 2 sets of tickets to Wisconsin. And I know you guys enjoyed that. We're going to do that now with gear. But go on there and have a good time, play, and enjoy. And also, we appreciate everyone at Pearl River Resort. Had a blast there. We did Dancing Rabbit Golf Course yesterday. It was fun. We had steaks at Philip M. Steakhouse, which were amazing. You talk about just a great golf course. They call it the Augusta You Can Play because when you're out there, it feels like you're at Augusta. It's beautiful, man. The clubhouse is great. The course is great. You don't have to have a membership to play Dancing Rabbit. We were hanging out with a group of Alabama and Auburn guys that were all there. Big group came down to hang. And the Bama guys are really nice to the Auburn guys because their basketball coach just quit on them to do something else. And, we'll see what happens there with that. But you guys go check it out. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. Talked about the sports book, which Coker calls his own plays at. And with that said, any final thoughts before we get together on Friday at the Floribama?
It's going to be a heck of a week of college football. A lot of good matchups. I will say this because I kind of looked through a couple of games and spreads. Have you seen the Florida State Virginia line?
No.
What would you think it is? What would you think that line should be?
It's probably like 24.
It's 7.
Whoa.
So
Really?
who do you think I'm all about?
You're going to take Virginia.
I mean, that is crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I never, of course, those are the lines that you're like, whoa, something's going on. They're going to have that. They're going to have that referee crew that was out there,
The Auburn crew. the ones that took the touchdown back from Hollywood Williams last year, right? The Tennessee-Alabama game, the year that Saban lost to Tennessee, where it was the whole game, you're like, the referees want Alabama to lose. You can tell.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I guess we just don't care about the rules anymore.
Yeah, no.
Those guys.
All right. Well, roll tide, everybody, and let's see if you can call your own play.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.